What's up, storytellers? I'm Garlic, and we're going to talk today about how to get video production clients, how to sell them without being salesy, without feeling icky. And I'm going to get into that, some big mistakes, and some things you have to do to grow a successful video production business. All right, so we're back and we're going to talk today about how to get video production clients, how to close those clients without being salesy. You know, we talked before about leads, we talked about marketing, we talked about niching, we talked about all these things that you need to do. But until you sell one, until you close the deal, you're not having clients. So I'm going to talk today about my secrets to selling big ticket, 5-6 figure ticket deals. It's super easy in a way, takes some work, but you're going to feel good about it. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So, you know, before we get started, make sure you've subscribed because we're going to be putting out a ton of more of these videos. Make sure you like or dislike this at the end. And also, please make sure to join us in the Profitable Video Business Group on Facebook. It's completely free. You just have to apply. But it will be putting more of the day-to-day stuff in there because it's just a different format. So join us in the Profitable Video Business Group. But so being a salesperson, we all are salespeople. And I know you don't want that. I'm going to tell you how not to be salesy in a second, but you have to come to grips with the fact that you have to sell. I had someone come to me one day about building their own company. It was, and he was like, my mom sent me to you. He was a younger kid. And he's like, can you sit down and give me some advice? I'm sure. And I sat down with him. He's like, I've done this. I built my logo. I built my website. I've got my branding down. I'm working on our products. I'm like, well, have you sold anything? He's like, no. I'm like, well, then you're not in business until you sell something. And we all are selling. Even if you're working for someone else, you are selling. You're selling yourself. You have to promote yourself. I've talked about before, when I was a bartender, I had to sell myself to get to work at the top, in the top restaurant in the world. One of the best restaurants in the world, literally, I was bartending at because I sold myself. It wasn't because I was the best bartender. In fact, I look back and I cringe at some of the stuff I did, but I sold myself. And it's not a bad thing because you have to promote yourself, but you have to also be developing those skills. I was always developing the skills that I felt necessary to really get the job done. Those 80-20 skills, and sales in here is one of those skills. And we're talking about that a little bit. But I've had a successful sales career. And when I was 18, 19 years old, actually right when I turned 20, my dad got really sick and I had to go to work, and my parents had taken care of me, and I worked, and they tried to keep me from working, but it got to the point that we were losing everything. And I had to go to work, and I got a job selling cars. Like, at this point, I couldn't even drive a stick shift. I had a sales job before. I had a couple small sales jobs before, worked retail, etc. I never had real formal sales training, but then I went to work selling cars. And within the first month, I became the top car salesperson. And you might be like, well, you're a natural salesperson. I am not a natural salesperson. In fact, I'm pretty introverted. I'm shy. I know it doesn't seem like that. Everyone's like always surprised. It's easy for me to get in front of the camera. I can get up on stage and talk to 1,000 people. But the second I come down and there's people all around me, I get very nervous. I don't know what it is, but I got this sales job, and pretty quickly I was doing really, really well at it. In fact, my first deal, I sold someone 2 cars. They came in for 1 car. I sold 2 cars. I remember that. And really, I kind of got to my head. And then I tried to learn how to become a better salesperson. And you might be saying, well, you're doing well. Why? Because I always want to improve. And I got to become a better salesperson by taking all these sales courses, all these sales systems, and how to close people, and this close and that close, and learning this stuff. And I'm like, it didn't feel right, but okay, I'll try it. And guess what happened? My sales went way down. I mean, I went from top to bottom. And I did bring it back, but here was the key. here's the key to really selling. You've got to close your clients. You've got to know what you're doing, but you have to know what they want as a result. No one wants to buy a car. They wanted a car for different things. Like when I sold that car to 2 cars to one person, the way I did it was I was listening to him. And he was like, well, I'm going to get this car for my daughter and because she needs a car and I need to get a truck so I can plow the driveway. I got to get a new truck to plow the driveway. I'm like, well, you have a truck already. He's like, yeah. I'm like, but you don't sound really excited about getting your daughter a car. He's like, well, I want to get a new car for myself. But I have to buy a new truck. And I'm like, okay, well, why don't you get, 2 of these cars they're less expensive than this big truck that you're going to go buy, and keep that truck. And then you don't have to drive around and waste money on driving around a big truck. And he's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. But I listened to him. I listened to what he really wanted and got a result for him, right? I got the result. And that's the key. And that's not some magic in me. It's because I care about people. I listen to them, and that's what you need to do. Listen to people, and you will become a better salesperson. So, and I know you're like, well, and I want to know how to close the clients. Well, you need to really develop a sales system. Here's the next thing I did is because you need it to be repeatable. Every great artist, every great athlete, if you watch someone throwing free throws, like the best free throw shooters, they have a system down. John Wooden talks about this. One of the best coaches of all time, best basketball coaches of all time, talks about. Well, he talked about. He's passed away, but the guy is arguably one of the best coaches of all time, but definitely the most successful basketball coach of all time. And in college basketball, where it was very difficult to be, because you always had a new team, 10 NCAA championships. It was about fundamentals and having systems. So every day, the first thing that they learned is how to tie their shoes, right? Because it was a system. And so sales are fundamental, and having a system makes you not have to think about it. So you need to develop a sales system. And the way I develop my sales systems is taking someone on a journey. Remember, they're on a journey. So the customer journey map, you got to be looking at that. If you haven't downloaded it, go get it down below and know their journey and know how to take them from step to step in their journey and how you're going to market to them. And eventually, once they know you and say, hey, they become a lead, how are you going to take them from lead to buying? And one of the worst things you can do is just go and try and sell a big package right away. You have to build value in what you're doing. So I always suggest, having a discovery, and then you move in from your discovery call into your findings call. In your findings call, you sell a strategy call, and you sell strategy. At this point, you should understand that you need to learn marketing. You need to learn marketing to get the results, because what's someone going to do with video? They don't know what to do with a video. Oh, I'm going to put it on my website. What's that going to do for them? Where is my website? How is it going to be? And you need to be able to show them that you're going to be able to create the videos that will do what they want to do. And you've chosen a niche, so you know what they want to do. Now, you take them, you sell the strategy, and you give them a strategy. You don't say you're going to give them a strategy and a canned strategy. You learn how to create a custom strategy for them because they're paying you. But when you do this, because you should be having a strategy for using your videos, right? If you want to move from order taker to expert, to highly paid expert, you need a strategy. You need a strategy. And you should be selling that strategy because it takes time. It takes effort. People pay me for my strategy, but it's not like this thing I'm like, doom. I can give them 5 different tactics today that most people aren't doing that's going to help them. And I usually do that. But you need to sell them strategy and show them that you have results around these strategies. So get better and better at getting results, finding the results, capturing the results, getting those video case stories. Sell the strategy. And once you sell them the strategy, go, hey, does this work for you? Then you sell them the first project. You sell them that first project. And you don't sell them into a retainer. I suggest starting small, right? It'll make you more comfortable, and it makes them more comfortable. Something that you can get results on. An About Us video can improve conversion. And it'll get people talking about it. You have to be able to show them results. Video case stories are great. All those giants of video have tons of projects that you can do that will get them results depending on your market, your niche, what you're able to do. And almost all the giants of video ones can be done remotely. So even in this time of COVID, you're going to be able to close clients, close big clients, right? So now we moved them into a project. You deliver the project and you make sure you get the right contracts. Contracts are important. Make sure you know how to make a great proposal. If you haven't watched that, you can increase your proposal rate 32% by using videos in your proposal. That's in the Giants of Video. It's great. We use PandaDoc all the time. We'll put a link down below to it. It's a great software, but use a proposal software. Make your proposals standard, but make them connected to the strategy. So the strategy and the proposal are connected. The proposal should not be the strategy. This is what I see, big mistake I see all the time. You can put the whole strategy into the proposal. No, the strategy and proposal are separate. And like I said, when you're pricing your proposal, it's a value-based pricing. If you haven't watched the video on how to price your videos, make sure to watch that, because it should be value-based pricing. It shouldn't be hourly. You shouldn't break down every little thing you're going to do. No one cares how many cameras you're bringing. They care about the result, what it looks like. They care what it's going to do. And they care that it's going to work, because they want it to be pretty, but they want to know you're going to get results. So break down your proposals and have some delivery option in there, and have multi-stage proposals so they know there's something else going to happen. So you can think long-term, because you want to provide value. But here's the thing, in your sales systems, if you are listening to them and you can show you're an expert because you've listened to them and go, hey, I got a result. Here's some things you can do right now. Here's what we're gonna do in the future. I'm gonna give you a big strategy. We're gonna do the strategy together. And you know what? If you've never sold strategy before, you can give away a strategy or two first, but I suggest collecting some money for it. I'll talk in future ones about exactly how we sell strategy, but this is how we do it. Listen to clients, sell strategy, sell results, and then you put the proposal in front of them. And the proposal's all tied into what they want. We've talked about that already, about how to listen to them, how to tie it into ROI, average client value. If you haven't watched all the videos, make sure to watch them. But at this point, you are now closing clients. You're going from marketing to lead to sale. You've got products. You've got something to sell them. You understand marketing, and you can become a highly paid expert and grow a very successful video production business right now. Now, I haven't talked about execution. We'll talk a little bit about that in future videos, but making it more profitable, making it more systematized, scaling, hiring, all that stuff. But if you get this part of it down, the rest of it will come. Do not worry about the rest of it until you can get to the sale regularly, because everyone worries about scaling before they're selling. They're worrying about that website or those looks. Don't worry about that. Worry about getting results and having a sales system going from marketing to lead to sale. When you do that, people that listen to this are going to do that. If you stop watching videos about the newest gear, if you stop watching videos of other music videos, or you stop chasing filmmaking, yes, you should be making beautiful videos and you should be improving your videos. Get new techniques, but balance that out with building a business, becoming a business person. And that's going to move you into a successful video production business. Now, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. If you want to just be a quote unquote filmmaker, an order taker, an hourly person, that's fine. That is fine. But just realize that you're not building a video production business. You're building self-employment. Got a little on my high horse, but I want you to realize that really closing the clients, this thing that I'm talking about, building your sales systems out, learning how to sell strategy, learning marketing, is going to be the key to growing a successful video production business now and in the future, and a profitable video business that you love. All right, that is it for right now. Make sure to subscribe down at cruisetube.com. If you haven't joined the Profitable Video Business Group, make sure to join us there, and make sure to comment and like this video. Let me know how I can help you.